Ready to make a bracelet? Let's get started. Hello and welcome to BCC Art Studio. I'm Billie. Today we are going to be making a bracelet, one similar to this one that I made. So this video is an in-depth, step-by-step tutorial designed to guide you through the entire process from start to finish. So with that being said, we're going to go through the supplies that we will need. And we will need some black clay, polymer clay. This is Primo by Sculpey. We're going to need some white Primo by Sculpey. It doesn't have to be Sculpey, it can be any polymer clay that you prefer to use. We will need some cutting blades, an X-Acto knife, your texture stamps, anything you're going to use for texture. I have some purple nail polish. This is air dry nail polish. Some mica powders. Some varnish clay glaze gloss. And some metal leaf. This is peach purple. So I probably won't need all three of these, but I grabbed three anyway. And like I said, anything you're going to use for texture. And you will also need your cabochon mold. So let's get set up and we'll get started. And I also forgot that you're going to need a piece of paper and a bracelet cuff. So a piece of paper we're going to use to make our template. So for your template, we're just going to fold this twice. And you can do whatever pattern, design, shape, whatever you want to do. This is for a bracelet. And so it doesn't have to be perfect, but so I have a bracelet here and I'm going to mark where the length is. Now the length, I'm just going to use my knife to cut that. I don't have a pen handy, but so we want it to be roughly 7.5 inches. So I can get my tape measure out. I don't have a straight ruler, but so our mark is right there. And this is 3 3/4. You want it to be that long. 3 3/4. You want it 7.5 inches. So starting from there, let's see, where are you? Grab my scissors. And I'm just going to cut that excess off of there. So from the fold is where the middle of your bracelet will be. So like I said, you can make any pattern you want. So I'm going to make a pattern here, and I'm just going to start at the folded, double folded side. And we're just going to cut out our design. I'm going to go a little deeper. And you can refine it afterward. Let's just give it a rough cut out design here. Get that off of there. And we'll take a look and see if we like it. I think I want the point a little smaller. And I want it to be a little bit skinnier on the ends. Like I said, roughly 7.5 inches from end to end. Let's see if we like that one. All right, so there's our template. So next we want to get our clay, and we are going to condition this. So we are going to cut out some slices. Now I usually like to just make the slices just thick enough to fit through my pasta machine on my thickest setting. So I'm going to cut a couple slices off of here. All right, so we got 3 slices. Now, probably don't need that much, but and then we're just going to run these through our pasta machine on setting 0. My thickest setting is setting 1. Some of them are setting 0. So we're just going to run those through our pasta machine until they're conditioned. Okay, so our 3 pieces are conditioned on setting 0, or the thickest setting on your pasta machine. And we're just going to take these and put them together. And we are going to condition that on your thickest setting. Okay, so now it is conditioned on the thickest setting, all 3 pieces. We are going to move it to setting 2 for the next thickness. So my thicknesses are 1 all the way through 9. I do not have a setting 0, so my next step up would be 2. If your pasta machine is a setting 0, then you want to go to setting 1. So we're going to step it up and make it a little bit thinner by 1 step. I'm going to setting 2, and we're going to condition this to the next thinnest setting. Okay, we are now going to fold this the long way. And we are going to run it through our same setting. Setting 1 for you if you have a setting 0, setting 2 for me. And we will be running it through the pasta machine this way. So it will be going in the long way. This should be your result. And the thickness is not real thin. It's not real thick. And we will get set up for the next step. So our next step is going to be to add our foil. Now, when you put your template on here, just leave yourself a little bit on the end. We are not going to need all this, and I do not want to put foil all over clay that I can use for something else. So we'll just set that off to the side. Move you more into the camera over here. And we are going to put our foil on. This is peach purple. And we're going to try to lay it on there without it sticking to my fingers. And we'll just rub it in. And I usually just grab my fingers and pull and cut away the excess. So I can use it when I need it, because I'm probably going to need it because 2 sheets aren't going to fill this thing. And we're going to add another sheet. Smooth it out, rub it in. Cut off the excess. And we're going to use these to fill in some of this up here. I may have to use another sheet. Can't get it off of my fingers. I'm just going to grab a little bit off of this one. And fill in what I need. Probably won't need to cover all of that, but because I know it's going to be right in the middle, but don't worry about it overlapping, because the next technique will take some of that off. So and we can save that. So our next step is going to be our texture stamp. So I got this texture stamp from Jessima Tutorials. She makes her own. I mean, I could make my own too, but anyway, so she makes her own tutorial, our own texture stamps, and she does have a video on how to make your own texture stamps. If I remember to, I will try to leave a link in the description below for you to check that out if you're interested. I see I got a little bit of gold dust on there, so I'm going to clean that up and I'll be right back. So now we are going to take our stamp and we are going to make our impressions. And you can start off using your hands just to get it in there firm, and then I'm going to use my filthy roller here, and they never stay clean. And we're just going to give it a nice press in there. We're going to move it over and do it again until we cover the whole thing. All right, now we're done with that stamp. So the next thing we need is some tape. I like to use the clear tape so that I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to cut a piece off here. And we're just going to take this piece of tape and we're going to lay it across the top. And give it a nice rub across. And then we are going to pull up the excess. So some of this stuff overlaps. So you can see that it overlapped because it didn't pull it up, but you can always just do it again. And you can do this until you're happy with your pattern. Now I'm going to grab a smaller piece because I don't want to leave excess on there because I don't want it accidentally getting in the way or getting moved. So I'm going to grab a small piece and I'm going to pull off some of this smaller stuff. Okay, I think that'll be good. So we're done with our tape. It is now time for our mica powders. So what we're going to do is we're going to brush these on using just our fingers, and we're just going to randomly place them in different areas. So I'm going to start off with this, I'm not sure if it's a brownish purple color. We're just going to grab some and just rub it in there in different spots. And we're going to do this with all of our colors until you're happy with your results. If you get too much on your finger, like that, you just tap it in there. And then I just do that if I get too much. And you want to make sure that you wipe off your finger before you apply the next color. So before we do our next step, we need to remove the clay from the table so it's not stuck to the table. So we're going to take our long blade and we're just going to go at an angle and we're just going to keep it close to the table and we're going to pull that up. And you should have something like this.